Salute world, it's the one and only Master Mycellf tapping in here. This is my first meeting for Masters of Self. Here we are, we're set up, ready to tap in. It's another opportunity for us to decide on our character every single moment and every day. It's a choice on how we are being. And today is a brand new opportunity for all of us to meet together and collaborate and create what I call, or what many masters have called, is a mastermind. Now, being master myself, here I am leading the way. Every day, in every way, this life is getting better and better. This is the warrior monk in Phoenix, Arizona, tapping in. I go by the name of Master Mycellf, and I represent IMC Nation. Be the best, fuck the rest. Salute. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Salute everybody that's tapped in, man. Salute, salute, salute. All the masters in the room. This is Masters of Self. I am the one and only Master Mycellf, as you all know, and I appreciate every single one of you that are here tapping in on the frequency of Masters of Self. Now, let's talk about what it means to be a master of self. As you are here, you are representation of one frequency, and that is you. You are a representation of yourself. You are the only version of you. And today, you represent only yourself. Nobody else is here representing you. Now, however it is that you perceive yourself, that's how you perceive yourself, right? And how I perceive myself is Master Mycellf. Now, my real name is Jordan Damari, for those who don't know, okay? And I've grown up in the state of Arizona, okay? The state of Arizona here in the United States of America. And man, what a journey it's been. What a journey it's been. It was one step after another that led me to becoming the man you see before you as Master Mycellf, okay? Now, each and every single one of us that are meeting here, once again, you are bringing the quality, the value of yourself. Now, did you know, and shout out to, because I am a representation of IMC Nation and AZD, okay? And as a stoic warrior fighting monk, part of my duty every single day is to be a representation of that. Now, we are all, everybody except for my brother Uche here right now that's on, is a part of IMC Nation. And what that means is that we meet every single day. We are a collective group of mastermind individuals who all consistently meet daily. Okay, we meet on a daily basis in order to essentially how I see it is master ourselves. But we meet on a regular basis and we conglomerate on a set of ideas, philosophies, principles in which we can go out into the world and impact the world. Okay, and as we meet together here in this day, we are representations of ourselves once again. Okay, now what does it mean to be yourself? What does it mean to be the version of you? We got Rick Lamoy in the room and Brother Pyro in the room. Salute. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Easy money. So, we're all representations of ourselves. And that separates us from everybody else. We got Raul Cervantes in the room. Salute, brother. Welcome. That separates us from everybody else. And, I had a podcast yesterday, and what I was discussing on the podcast was the separation between us and everybody else is in the values that we carry as a group. Okay. And so we're going to go over the values in which I have here for this group. And as we all express ourselves, we all express our characters. And so we all discover who we are through the conversation, okay, of what makes us a master of self. Because we're all, it doesn't matter what field you are in, it doesn't matter where you're coming from, it doesn't matter where you're tuning in from. The beauty of now is that we have the technology to tap in from across the world, right? And you know, my brother P. Kirkwood, for example, is in New Zealand, I believe. And that's dope as fuck. I've always wanted to go to that side of the world. But knowing that I have a brother that's across the world, I know I can go out there and tap in with him in New Zealand and know that that's a fellow brother who considers himself as a master of self because he's here, right? Shout out to my brother Adrian, for example. Adrian is also a master of self. He's in New Jersey, coming to us from New Jersey. And, you know, when we hear Adrian speak, we hear a man that is desiring to know more. You know, that's what I hear every single time that he speaks. He wants to know more about himself, why things work the way they work, and why he is the way that he is. I see that as a trait of mastering himself. We got our brother Rick Lemoyne in the room. Man, come on, man. This man right here, this man's a legend. This man is a legend in the flesh. We as we look at him as we are, from our perspective, we can see that man is living his fantasy, his fairy tale. He's stepping into his character every single day. And we see this by the way that he lives, right? You can tell the difference between a man who's living their philosophy and a man who is. And that's one man that is living his philosophy. We have Miracle J in the room. Talk about a living prophet. Man, this man right here is an embodiment of a philosophy. And that is him existing as beyond whatever it is that would be an excuse for him not to be himself, for him not to show up. Whatever that excuse was, it doesn't matter because that man is here. He's here. He's a representation of himself. We all have different values that we bring to the table. Okay, so first and foremost, when you're here, always recognize that you are a master. You are a master. If you're not a master of anything else that you can't see, you're a master of yourself. You have been with you the whole time that you've been existing here in this life. Nobody else has been here. Nobody else has been here except for you. This is your experience. So remember that as you go throughout your life. Remember the opportunity to demonstrate who you are, because nobody knows. At the end of the day, nobody really knows. You're the only one that really knows who you are. So keeping that in mind, always carry yourself with the understanding that you are a master, especially when you're here, okay? We got our brother Tony Kaminsky. I don't know how to say his last name exactly, but that man is a living soldier. Okay, this man is a embodiment of many different philosophies. However, once again, his true character shows up every single day. His slogan is keep showing up. This man, here he is, showing up again. You get what I'm saying? So we all are bringing our characters to the table here. We got our brother. Oh, let me mute you. Eddie Nicholas. I'm still getting to know my brother Eddie. But my brother Eddie was one of the first men that I recognized. We did a Beast Code event with myself, brother Trent, lawyer or Laura, and DC, right? And all together, we were all able to witness this man showing up. He was the most consistent out of everybody showing up. This man was consistently showing up to his life, right? He always was on code when he was in the process of doing the Beast Phase 1. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk about that later on. But he is a representation of himself, right? Wherever he goes, and that is evident in his character. Man, we have two other legends in the room that I'll speak on before we move on. And my brother Raul Cervantes. The first time I met this man, that man showed up to the Beast Camp, right? To the very first Beast Camp, and I think they were. It was him and his brother that showed up later on in the after everybody else got there. And I remember looking at him and be like, man, that's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? But he was just like a big a big Mexican dude, and he seemed cool. You know, it was a nice vibe, a nice energy, and I was witnessing from the evolution of what that man has gone through. You had to be there from the beginning to witness it. You know, you had to see it from its roots to know that this man is a full embodiment of himself in his character every single day and everywhere that he shows up. That's the one thing that we all have in common. We all show up as representations of ourselves. And as I am here speaking with you, that is what I'm here to do as well. And last but not least, oh, I think my brother Uche is in the room as well. So I got my fault. I said 2 other legends. We got 3 other legends in the house. My brother Uche, man, this man has known me since high school, okay, which is over 10 years ago. It's crazy to say now. But it's over 10 years ago for myself. And man, he has been an evolution of his own character. I mean, I've seen this man from you know, wearing his hairstyle nice and short like mine, you know, to now he's full out with dreads. You know, this man is a very powerful lawyer here in the state of Arizona, and he inherited a firm after putting in. I've seen that man put in years of work, working on himself, getting himself into a position to where he can be the proper lawyer for the world, for whoever it is that needs to be served, okay, outside of him. And definitely not last but not least, my brother Pyro. Man, let me tell you, this man right here, it's a pleasure to have him here. You know, it's a pleasure to have him here. The reason why I call, respect to you, brother, salute. The reason why I call myself Master Mycellf has a lot to do with Master Pyro. A lot to do. When I say a lot to do, the reason why I considered Master was because of Pyro. I've seen the way that man presented himself, and it was when I witnessed it, when I was able to kind of conceive of the power of what this man was really doing when it came to what is it? God damn it. Perceiving your own reality. I believe it's some order like that. He can correct me later on. But to really conceive of what this man is doing, this man is literally painting the picture of how people see his character. Every single time he shows up, every single time he's creating, this man is consciously doing that. He's been doing that from the beginning. And I was able to witness that from my position. I mean, he flew to Phoenix, Arizona. We had linked up on Lions Den, and yeah, salute, brother, salute. Love to you, man. Pyro flew in from Florida, from Tampa, Florida. Okay, this is like a storybook movie character for myself, because this man flew from Tampa, Florida, out to Phoenix, Arizona, and you know, that was when right at the creation of Lions Den, which is where we meet every single day, as a part of IMC Nation, right? At the very beginning, at the inception of Lions Den, this man Pyro hit me up and basically let me know, hey brother, I'm coming to Phoenix. Or I think he asked, he was like on the thread, he was like, we were all asking or answering where we were from. And you know, I said Phoenix, Arizona. So he hit me up and said, hey brother, I'm coming out to Phoenix, Arizona. He was like, if you got time, man, you know, if you can make time, let's go ahead and link up and we'll you know, tap in. We'll, you know, basically he was coming out here for a model retreat. Now, a model retreat wasn't something that I knew, it wasn't a part of my reality. It wasn't a real thing for me before I met Pyro. But the model retreat, how do I describe it? Imagine 30 beautiful women in a mansion in the state, wherever you are, okay, wherever you are in the world. Imagine a mansion, okay, in the best part of where you are, and imagine 30 beautiful women showing up to show out, showing up to just have a good time, showing up to, you know, basically be models, be beautiful women, just exist, right, on the frequency of being a model, right? Imagine just a room full of women. I mean, that's what we walked into, right? So this man flew out here. He invited me to that. We went to that. That shit changed my life. Let's be real. If any of you were able to go to a model retreat, right, with 30 plus women, and just be around the energy, it didn't matter what your role was. It didn't matter what was going on. There was just an energy that was there in the atmosphere, right? And then to see how he moves in that atmosphere, man, flawlessly. It was it was a beautiful thing, you know, and it is a beautiful thing because this man is still doing it. And now he's in the process of creating his own thing, right? And that brings me back to here, where we are. We're all meeting here as reflections of ourselves, greatest reflections of ourselves. It doesn't matter what you did in your past. It doesn't matter what happened earlier today. It doesn't matter what's going to happen tomorrow. We're all here right now. And because we're all here right now, we're all sitting with the intention of mastering ourselves. Why? Because that's what I call this group, Masters of Self. So if you don't plan on mastering yourself, then you don't have to be here, right? But I assume because you're here, that's part of your plan. That's part of your duty in this life. As you sit here today, I have 2 rules, okay? 2 rules for this group. Very simple rules, very easy. And once we accomplish these rules, then everything else is free reign, okay? You have free reign to talk about yourself in any manner. You can say, I'm God, okay? I want you to be fully comfortable with saying whatever it is that you want to say about yourself. And with respect to everybody else, okay? Everybody has that right when you're here. Everybody that's here, you have a right to exist as you are, to just be however the fuck you want to be, because that's what I'm here to do. As you see, I mean, I'm in the process of mastering myself as I speak, right? But every single time that we meet, I want us to be in a deeper level of evolution of self, okay? So the 2 rules are, don't harm anybody that's here, okay? While you're here, this is a safe space. And number 2, don't offend anybody else that's here, okay? While you're here, let's tap into the frequency of you. Now, is there anybody that wants to, before I call on anybody, is anybody that wants to speak on anything that it is that I've said so far?
Yeah, brother. I just want to point out something real quick.
Yes,
I like the fact that, you, as a rule, you say that, we come as we want, as we want to, we can come out here and say, speak about yourself in whichever way, even if you think you're a God, just say it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, I really, really like appreciate that and like that, because I've never in any group that I've been, never heard that. And just that alone just makes me like, damn, like I want to be like part of this, So salute, bro.
Hey, salute, man. I appreciate that, man. That's powerful. That's my only intention, man. That's my only intention, is just to be and exist however the fuck we want to. We need a place to do that, especially as masculine men in 2021. You need a place to just be as you are. It don't matter what is going on in the outside world. You need a safe place, right? That you can do that, right? So man, salute to brother Rip. Salute to everybody that's on here. Anybody? Oh, we got Pete Kirkwood with his hand raised. Salute, brother.
Salute, brother. 100%, man. Like, straight away when you started talking, I really clicked in, and the whole phrase "Master Mycellf," right?
Yes, sir.
And at the same time, it resonates with me for another success phrase. The rent is due every day on success. Success isn't something you get once, and mastery isn't something you get once. Mastery is a verb. It's a doingness. It's a being, a continual action. So we are masters because we are mastering, and it doesn't change. As soon as you step on the journey, you become a master because you're doing the process of the work. And that really resonated with me, brother. I appreciate it.
I appreciate those words, man. That's powerful alone. That is exactly what it is. If you study, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, he talks about a mastermind group, and it's connecting the dots with other minds, right? That have similar thoughts, similar ideas. We meet on similar concepts in order to get together and connect the dots so that we can collectively get better. And in showing up every single day, that is the constant thing that we're doing, mastering ourselves. Salute to that, man. Absolutely. Anybody else, man? Oh, got this little iPad. Hold on, man.
Master Mycellf, what are you asking us to share right now? Just on what you were talking about, or just anything in general?
Anything that you feel is correlated to what it is that I was speaking on, or anything that you want to say about yourself, mastering yourself, anything that like that.
I have something to say.
Yes, sir.
I had a very profound realization about. It's tied to something I figured out about my that I finally like hit me, and it happened again today. I'm thinking that one of my problems was that I had so much energy that I didn't know how to direct energy properly, because I've come to the realization that for me, my character was always flawed in the sense that I never knew what kind of character I wanted to be in the sense of, am I a good, and let's say in a comic book, am I a good guy or am I a bad guy? But the truth is, in real life, everybody's both. We both have these energies, the energy of love and friendship, and we have to channel it. And then we have the energy of destruction and having to destroy and conquer, and it's violence and dominance. And I just came to the realization that we need to channel these energies. They have to go to the right place, the right points, if you will. And it made me realize this, is that you need friends in this life, but you also need enemies, like you need friends, because the world needs to balance out.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
And I realized that for me, my best archetype for me is to be a warrior. And guys, I had a huge realization, I want to say like a few days ago. And I realized that the reason why us as men are so weak now is because we're no longer warriors. We're not in constant life or death battles.
Yeah.
And if you look at it from the perspective of a man, like, think about it. Nowadays, warfare is no longer between a man and another man fighting each other with brute strength. It's like a push of a button, and you shoot a giant missile, and a bunch of you can blow up a whole country. No wonder a woman can be in charge, because all she would need to do is press a button and she could blow up the earth. But back in the day, you couldn't do that. All you had were like swords and spears and daggers, and motherfuckers literally, like, if you wanted to kill someone and survive, you literally had to be able to overpower some guy with a sword, and you literally had to overpower him. Like you were basically barehandedly killing someone, basically with your bare hands, because a sword is essentially just a sharp stick. And you have to use the power of having to just cut down another man who's trying to kill you. And that raw essence of that action is what fueled us. And if you look at women, you understand why women had to be the way that they are, because she couldn't overpower a man in that fueled testosterone. The only thing she could do was just say, listen, if you let me live, I'll fuck you, don't stab me with your sword, and you can stab me with your other sword,
Wow.
So from that perspective, man, I realize that as men, we've lost that. And that's why our only objective every day should be to just essentially just make ourselves stronger and give ourselves every advantage. Pretend like you're a warrior. If I were to give you guys an exercise.
Well, hold on, Adrian. Before you go there, let me touch on what it is we're speaking, because I see what you mean, definitely. And it's everything that we have in front of us every single day is an opportunity, right, to utilize the perception that we have in life. Yeah. So whatever your perception is, that's how you are interacting it with the world, right? So if you want to have the perception of being a warrior, it's just a simple matter of changing your mindset and tuning to the frequency of being a warrior, right? If that's what you want. So right, so regardless of the status or the current condition, right? The seeds of mastery are in deciding who you're going to be again, right? Deciding, okay, moving forward, this is how I'm going to live. This is how I'm going to approach life, because this is the way that I choose to perceive things. One of my favorite sayings is, when you change the way you look at things, things change. I believe Wayne Dyer said that. And man, that is everything, you know. So it's all in a state of mind with respect to AZD, because it is, I mean, that's the first law of the universe, right? You know, everything is in a state of mind. Everything is in the mind. All is mind, I believe, is the actual first principle. I got the book down here. I ain't gonna pull it out. But you know, so it is in your perception that you create the character that you have, brother. So I appreciate you sharing. Absolutely. We have Miracle J rose his hand, and then Rick Lamoy after that, and then we'll come back around. Anybody else wants to share?
All right, yeah. I just want to speak on, man, this is gonna be interesting. The more we hear about each person's character and their mastery of themselves and who they are and who they're in the process of becoming. It reminded me of a talk, well, the last time I streamed live in my group, Rick was there. And I was saying how whoever we are right now, we never are stuck to that character. We can always choose who we want to be. You know, I was going through a fucking war yesterday with fatigue due to my physical shit, you know?
Yeah.
And I noticed, I was like, I don't have to be the fucking Jason Phillips who experienced fatigue from a fucking accident. I can be fucking Miracle J who fucking pushes past that shit and doesn't deal with those issues because it's irrelevant. So I see a group of men here who, while in the process of having an image of who we want to be, a continuous calibration of grabbing ideas from other people's characters and, you know, leveling up that way. So that's just what I want to mention. Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about, you know, being able to collectively share. I mean, that was my initial intention when I created the Telegram group that I have. So if you guys aren't a part of the Telegram group, message me and I'll go ahead and add you in there. But you know, us collectively sharing our own processes, man, that's how you create a mastermind. You know, from my perspective, I believe that's exactly how you do that. And you know, AZD sharing his process, and we all agree to include that because, believe it or not, you had your own process before you met AZD, before you were part of IMC Nation, before you are who you are now, right? You had your own process, you had your own way of doing things. Now, to combine that with what it is that he shared with us, you just leveled up. You know, that's the mastermind in itself. You know, that's how we level up. That's how we've continuously evolved. I mean, every single person that is here right now has evolved beyond, you know, what it is that we can even think or imagine. It's hard to see because we're sitting in the seat of self, right? But other people can see it. You know, so when we look at everybody else, I mean, I look at Adrian. Adrian has evolved completely from his condition a year ago, right? Everybody here can say that has witnessed that. And I look at brother P. Kirkwood. He has evolved from the condition in which he was before, right? Miracle J, Rick, Pyro, everybody is here. That's how we are here. That's how we continuously show up to our lives is because we're every single day on the process of mastery, man. So yeah, absolutely, Miracle J. I appreciate you sharing that, brother. Salute. Rick Lamoy, salute, brother.
Salute. Yeah, just like Adrian was mentioning, like even for me, I realized that, you know, there's we live so comfortable. There's really no conflicts, you know, going on. Like, I'm not saying like actual warfare, you know, we don't have to be like, you know, war to be a warrior. Like you said, it's all of mine. Like, you know, that's how literally I run my life. It's like, even with the beast problem, you know, if you're looking for an enemy, that motherfucker's right there, man. When you're trying to win a 5, you know, whatever the time is, you know, enemy to defeat, you ain't gotta look far, man. That shit's right in front of you, and you live with that fucker every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I approach like the beasting routine and all of that. Time I win like these small battles like throughout the day, man, I just have the greatest like feeling ever. Like I feel like I'm just like invincible. You know what I'm saying? It's like even today, like it was pouring rain, right? And I rode my bike to work, and no, I rode my bike to work, and then it started pouring. And then on my way back, like it was pouring even more. And this dude, he was like, "Yo, Rick, I'll give you a ride." I'm like, "Okay, just drop me off halfway." He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I bet." So I put my bike in the back of his car, and then we got halfway. I'm like, "You can drop me off here." He's like, "Are you sure, man?" I'm like, "Bro, there's nothing you can tell me right now that's gonna convince me from riding home in the rain like that." I'm like, man, like, you know, like if you're looking for like these small battles and warfares, man, right there at every fucking moment, you just gotta put, man. You know, I just took my bike, you know, fucking pouring rain, bro. But in my head, bro, I'm just like, man, this is the coolest shit. Like I'm riding my bike, it's raining, and I felt like I was in a movie, man. Like, you know. But if I'm looking for like warfare excitement, I get that shit right there, just with my bike, you know, going home and it's pouring rain. And just that little simple moment right there to me was a whole experience. And when I got home, I felt good, man. Like, you know, like I felt like I just came from war. I felt like I just won a battle.
You know, looking to every single day and looking at the challenges that you're going to face in that day, that is the process of mastery, right? Looking to see, okay, what am I going to face today that is going to help me build my character? You know, that's the Stoic principles and philosophies that we tap into on a regular basis, IMC Nation. But even more so here, you know, that we can use that as the foundation of our approach to life, right? When we seek to master ourselves, what we're talking about is seeking the evolution in every single moment, wherever we go in life. And man, that is a testament to whatever it is that we want to become.
The old me would say I'm overwhelmed with so many freaking groups I just joined, so many programs that I'm paying for, and I see you post this, I'm like, great, one more. The guy that I've been freaking reposting on Instagram, of course he has a Zoom meeting tonight. When I was sick, when I was gonna go to bed, and you know what's crazy? Like I went out in the yard, and just hearing you and the guys, the brothers speak, I feel great now. It's like I don't feel. I made my tea and shit. I was ready for bed, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm here. And it's just amazing that this gift that we have. And I just started my own Telegram group.
Yeah, nice.
The holding back, it's like no more. Show up, and I'm so glad to be part of this. So thank you.
Fuck yeah, brother. Fuck yeah, man. That's what, man. That's everything right there, man. Salute to you, brother. Because once again, you're one of those that has transformed over time. I mean, those who have been there from the beginning, you've seen this man transform. I mean, he has evolved, and you I get what you mean in the sense of feeling like you're overwhelmed and there's a lot going on. I was looking at my life recently and considering like, man, I got a lot going on. Like there's a lot going on. I have several events coming up. One with my brother Miracle J and Rick here. You know, we're collectively getting together and providing an event. I have an event that I'm going to be doing with Pyro coming up as well. You know, I have an event coming up with DC and Trent. You know, and then I have my own event. There's many things that we're involved with, right? When it comes to deciding to master myself every single day has consisted of me putting my hand in many different buckets and understanding that I'm not taking from those buckets, I'm giving to them, right? I'm not just a part of these groups, right? That I'm here to learn from or what have you. I have something to contribute. I have something to offer. Now, oftentimes for myself, a lot of times I'm sitting there and I'm absorbing, right? Observing and witnessing and learning from that perspective. But when the point in time comes, like when we're in Lion's Den, for example, and AZD calls on me, I'm not going to tell him no. It doesn't make sense for me to be like, no, brother, I'm not going to contribute to the clash or what have you. No, that's just not what I'm there to do. I'm there to master myself. So I'm going to show up for my own life, right? And I'm going to show up and know that I'm going to get better no matter what it is that I encountered in that day, right? When I show up and I'm here to speak or I'm here to present myself or to help somebody else, that's what I'm going to do, right? That's the reason why I call myself Master Mycellf, because it doesn't matter where I'm at. I have the opportunity, right, to contribute somewhere. And oftentimes it could just be with your presence. You know, if you are constantly working on yourself and that's your number one goal, every single day, what happens is your beingness changes. Okay, you cannot work on yourself every single day. You cannot have the intention of working on yourself every single day and not get better. That's just not, it doesn't work like that. That goes against the laws of the universe. But as we all have the opportunity to tap in by choosing to go towards life, not away from life, but to go towards life, right? So when we're a part of different groups or a part of different communities, and we feel like there's a lot coming at us, there's a lot going on, there's a lot of involvement, know that your frequency has raised. Tony, this is what came to mind when you were saying that, brother. Where your frequency has raised, where you know that your capability, you're able, you're more able, right, to contribute to those places, to add value to those places. That's why you're there. That's why you're in connection with different minds, and you feel better after tapping in with all of us. That's what IMC Nation is, right? And in that same respect, that's what this is. Okay, so this is Masters of Self, and we're all representations of ourself. Now, man, I have the pleasure of having my brother. This is one of my brothers here, that just joined the room, and this man has been around since, like I was talking about my brother Uche, who's a lawyer out here earlier. And I have another brother here that's Joseph Maggi. You guys see his video here. This man right here, man, this is a living legend for myself, because I've seen this motherfucker just be a badass motherfucker all his life. Period. You know what I'm saying? In every avenue, wherever it is that he will step into, it doesn't matter what circle he was in, this man was just badass. Okay, he just had that attitude, that character, and that's a part of my character, I can say, because it's a part of my growth early on, right? And this man has shown up to places, you know, that are only for badass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And that is a privilege of mine to say that I know this man. So brother Maggi, man, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here, brother. And salute to you, man. Anybody else that wants to share, definitely unmute and share. If not, I have a clip that I want us to go over or to show. Let's see if I can wrap it up with that. Brother Maggi.
Hey, what's going on, IMC Nation? I've heard stories about this group, and I've kind of seen it from the outside looking in, and I mean, you guys are fucking badass, man. Every single thing you guys live for, every single thing, you don't just talk about it, you're about it. I mean, that's something to take. I try to take into my life. A little piece from you guys is a lot of people talk about it sometimes, and especially in today's world, that it's very unique to come across a group that's so real and lets you touch base with who you are. And in this world, a lot of people are running away from who they are, and you guys are trying to run towards it. And I'm just trying to get in line with you, man. So I appreciate the shout out, Jay Many. I appreciate it, man. But
of course,
you guys are badass. I just want to let you guys know that. So I appreciate the love, and I'm gonna continue to learn. Just be a student of your guys's, your master class. I love it.
Fuck yeah, man. It's a pleasure to have you once again. Like I said, and man, I don't believe anything happens on accident. I know that you're here for a reason. I know that we're all here for a reason. We know that we're badass, but that's why I introduce you that way. We know what we're tapped in with. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of IMC Nation and tapping in with a man named AZD, me having met the man in person multiple times, that man lives at a different frequency, bro. This man, real talk, lives his philosophy. I mean, you don't know until you go and see it for yourself. And you go there more than once. And even when I go there, I can't see all the shit, right? But I've shown up, I've been in this man's apartment, right? Where we were in a small space, and he had his girlfriends coming. He had 3 of his girlfriends coming at the time. And bro, the way that he ran the dynamic, the way that he was just in complete control of his whole, of course, it's his environment, right? But the way that he moved, bro, is just, it's of master status. You know what I'm saying? I don't see as anything less than that. I mean, he is a living embodiment of his truth and his philosophies, man. And it's real. It's more real than you know until you go and you experience it for yourself. Just like being here, You know, people will see what this group is like from the outside, but you don't know what it is until you get inside. You know, Joe, earlier I was sharing with everybody, you know, this is a space that is safe for you to express yourself however the fuck you want to express yourself. So if you want to say, hey, I'm one of the baddest motherfuckers on the planet, by all means, please say that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say that I am God, say that. Say that here. This is a safe space. That doesn't mean that it's true on the outside world. That just means that here, you're okay to say that. You're completely, I don't mind. Okay. And I'm going to be all of that and more, you know what I'm saying, while I'm here, because this is that's my part of my intention, right? So once again, it's a pleasure to have everybody here, everybody that's been tapped in, you know, from the beginning. Man, every single one of us, we all have the ability to tap in to whatever frequency it is that we want to, and we have the ability to hold ourselves as masters, because once again, like I was saying from the beginning, the only person that you've known in your whole life has been you. So by that fact alone, I'm not talking about some concept, some idea. That's a fact. There's nobody else has been with you as long as you've been with you. Nobody else knows you like you know yourself. You can't, nobody can tell you who the fuck you are, because you have been with you the whole time. You've been with you. And by that alone, that makes you a master of self. That makes you a master at just being you. You know what I'm saying? So we all come here as a reflection of that. And in this space, we can all carry ourselves as that. Now, where we go from here? Now, so what I want to do, being a part of this group, damn, I only got 10 minutes left, 9 minutes left. So maybe we'll go over that shit next time, man. Damn. Because it's a 32-minute video. I don't know if anybody has seen it before. What I'll do is I'll share it in the group. So if you guys want to watch it beforehand, and then when we come to class, we'll watch part of that as well. But it's called The Strangest Secret, and it is by Earl Nightingale. Now, this is a part of my daily routine and habit. I tap in on this frequency, and I listen to this man's wise words. And you know, he has studied basically the strangest secret. It's kind of like a summary of the principles that Napoleon Hill goes over in the book Think and Grow Rich, right? Think and Grow Rich is a book that can change your life the more that you learn how to apply it. And that's part of what it is that I'm doing here, right? All of us being here, we're all masters of self, and we are all masters minds as soon as we tap in on this frequency. Okay, so once again, what's said here is meant to stay here. What's done here is meant to stay here. Okay, and by all means, let's keep it like that. Let's keep this as like I have a dream, a fantasy of living life like a ninja, like a real life ninja. Okay, so if y'all could take on that perspective, if you could potentially see yourself as a part of a clan, that's why we're meeting at night. You know, if you could see that and kind of duplicate that in your own mind, then you'll fit right in with this mastermind group. Okay, and even if not, even if you don't see yourself like that, while you're here, we're going to treat you like that. Okay, so I appreciate each and everybody that's been tapped in, man. Any further questions, comments, concerns, anything like that? This shit is dope, man. Let me just say that, man. This shit is dope. It's a fucking pleasure, man, to be able to have the stage, you know. And brother P. Kirkwood, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, just a couple of things people have said has really hit me. Tony, I'm sick as well, and like the more time I spend around the mindset of IMC brothers, the better I feel. And a lot of it is like our body has that power to heal ourselves, you know, and a lot of it is what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, I feel like shit, and I feel so bad, and I feel horrible, and I just wish I didn't have a headache, and that's not helping you. So you stop thinking about that, get around this environment, all of a sudden your thoughts start going, well, yeah, I do have control of myself, and I am, and start changing that energy. And the other one was when Adrian was speaking on that masculine energy, as men, like we need to fight, and we need to like fight something, whether that's fight our own limitations or fight for our dreams or fight for the another rep in that workout, or fight for success in life, if you don't have that combative actual mindset, that's the masculine mindset, and society has just flattened that. Like the school has just flattened that out of it. So rediscovering it gives you that that ability to just check where you're at with what you're doing and calibrate it very well. So
yeah. As you said that, brother, what came up for me was, you know, I'm realizing now, I constantly, maybe what people hear when I don't know how I sound outside of myself, of course, but maybe what people hear at some point is that warrior mindset, that warrior frequency, that warrior mentality, in a sense, underneath the tone of what it is that I'm communicating. Because I mean, that's what I've been. Right? I've been martial arts. I've been in martial arts my whole life, pretty much since I was the age of 8 years old. From then, I have had a it's a philosophy, it's a practice, it's a discipline, it's a structure that just speaks for your character. That's why I believe AZD's frequency and character is so strong. That's part of it, of course, because that comes about when you're practicing a martial art, when you're practicing the warrior archetype, when you're practicing going to war. That is that practice. That is that frequency that you're tapping back in with. So yeah, if you don't have a martial art, if you don't have I mean, you don't even need that martial art necessarily. Even the frequency. That's what I love about the beasting process that we're a part of in IMC Nation. You know, our intentions are what are creating, are part of our reality, right? And I'm gonna sum it up here because we have about 4 minutes. Our intentions are part of creating our reality. So if you are intentionally going through a workout routine and you're creating yourself as a beast, if you're creating yourself as an animal, if you're creating yourself as a character, whatever the fuck it is that you create with, that intention is enough to change your beingness. That is enough. I can say that because that's how I embody that. That's how every single person that is here has, at some point, you've tapped in, right? You've been a part of the grind. You know, maybe if you think back to your high school days, right? When you're playing, you know, the cream of the crop, right? Or you're playing at your prime. That energy, right? I remember feeling that energy. I remember, man, we had a coach, Coach Gallant, at my high school, that, you know, he would talk about, you know, being in the grind and being in that frequency of he said, if you'd like to make the meeting longer, I could create a link and make you a host. No, it's all good, but I paid for this, so I could go longer if I need to. But I'm just saying, just for the sake of time for everybody else, I appreciate it. But so that coach, and let me wrap it up quick. Basically, that coach would remind me of what that feeling was, of that grind, right? That grind energy, that beast energy, that higher frequency energy that we've all been in cooperation. It's the primal energy, really. You know, that primal energy that's on the inside of us, that masculine energy, like Adrian was saying earlier. We can all tap into that. When you tap into that and you have the intentions and then you have the power of your mind to apply, there ain't nothing that can stop you from becoming something different, because whether you're conscious of it or not, that's what you're doing every single day. That's the reason why the world is responding to us as we are, because we are intentionally living that way. We are every single day experiencing some results of what it is that we're creating. I mean, that's how we live. That's how we are, right? So whatever that is for yourself, remain conscious of that. And, you know, if you're not a part of the Telegram group, once again, let me know. And I'll go ahead and add you in there, throw you in there. You know, I tap in every single day. I just do the check-ins, but I'm going to be a lot more active in there. You know, I'm happy to have this meeting once a week, but we can do more over time if need be. But right now, I think once a week is plenty. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. And man, it's been a pleasure having everybody here. This is a part of my vision. It's part of my evolution of my character as Master Mycellf, is creating this mastermind group to where we can connect and have a safe place where we can mastermind and collectively come together and create whatever it is we want to create from the outside world. All right. So, man, I appreciate everybody being here. Any last thoughts that anybody wants to throw out? Feel free.
Yeah, I want to mention something, man. One thing I've noticed just from being around as long as I have, you know, the ultimate level that we know of here is ADD, the motherfucking man that lives on fucking code to the fullest. So what I've done essentially to stay tapped in, you know, if you can't get it from the source, man, you stay tapped in with as many people who are as close to him as possible. You know, that's why I've always stayed tapped in with Yogi Chris, all the guys at the base, like always, man. So, and I feel the same thing tapping into, you know, all my brothers. There is a lot of fucking Telegram groups, like Tony said, it can be overwhelming, bro. But even if you're in there, like at any given time of the day, you know, you got some free time, somebody doing a live, jump on, bro. That shit'll boost your boost you. It give you a boost. Like this shit, it's fucking nighttime for me, man. I gotta wake up early and shit. But I'm fucking boosted, man. I'm probably about to read or some shit. But yeah, definitely do your best to stay tapped in and stay on this frequency, man. Because we're operating on a level that's not normal. It's not normal. Even though it is normal because it's closer to nature. But I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So
it's not normal. It's natural. You know what I'm saying?
There
it's
you
not
go.
Normal,
there you go.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And man, everything you said, I resonated with as well, brother. Man, I am excited for what the fuck we about to tap into, man. This shit is legendary, man. We can go wherever the fuck we want to go. You know, I will end with this. Part of my vision, part of my purpose at this moment in time is to get in contact with 10,000 people across the world and organically, he said organic living, organically connect with everybody, tapping into the frequency where, okay, Tony raised his hand. We might go a little bit past.
Let's do an Instagram live right after this.
I'm down, brother. I'm down. Well, shit, I actually gotta do my meditation. Let me calm down. I did do my meditation at 8 o'clock. So let me wrap up with this. Like I said, next time for sure. 10,000. That's my objective. That's my purpose. That's my goal, is to reach and come into contact with 10,000 people in order to change the world, literally change and infiltrate the world with a philosophy of order and discipline. That's simply that. Those are the two objectives that I have, is to instill order, a routine, a discipline of everybody having their own process, right? A daily process they tap into that gives them a foundation of discipline and structure, you know, for their life, so that anytime they feel like they're off of their process, anytime that any of us feels like we're off, we know that there's some part of our process that we disconnected from. Anytime that you don't feel completely all the way like a full expression of your character, then look at your process. I guarantee your process is off, because every single time that I feel that way, I look at my process, I'm like, of course, of course, I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. I didn't do what the fuck I was supposed to do, right? When it comes to journaling, when it comes to the physical routine, when it comes to the discipline, the stretching, the praying that I do, like every single day, I'm tapping into some part of my process that is adding, right, to my character. And if I don't do that, I feel the difference. Okay, so just remain conscious of that, man. Once again, man, a fucking pleasure. It's even hard to get off this shit, man, because I can go forever on this. So salute, brothers. Appreciate y'all, man. Salute.